Pack your patience. We've got strong to severe storms possible on Wednesday and Wednesday night. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, we don't have to look too far that we had a tornado yesterday evening in parts of Middle Tennessee. This actually occurred at 4:23 Central Time, which is 5:23 Eastern Time yesterday, just 2 miles west-northwest of Smithville. This was actually an EF1 tornado. Now, that doesn't mean a lot to a whole lot of people unless they know the scale, which we'll take a look at here. But we even have tornado watches that have been newly issued for parts of central Kentucky and central Kentucky, all the way to Lexington, Louisville, to about 2 in the morning Central Time, and we have a severe thunderstorm moving through Winchester at this point. So we've got some activity going on, but the EF1 scale, which is named after the pioneer of tornado study, that is Dr. Ted Fujita, this is an enhanced scale of his work, and we utilize this range. So 86 to 110 would have been estimated. They do the damage assessment after the tornado, not during or before. But it was an 86 to 110 mile an hour storm, so that typically means broken windows, doors damaged, and mobile homes overturned. Never a good idea. Never a good idea to be inside a mobile home. Now, we have a tornado risk tomorrow. Now, keep in mind, a 5% chance in Knoxville doesn't sound like much, especially when you put it in the context in which it's written. The Storm Prediction Center says it's a 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. So if I cover my eyes, pick a point in brown, anywhere within the brown area, there's a 5% chance. So it's not zero. But there's a greater chance, twice the chance, of 10% if you're in Crossville, Jamestown, or Wartburg. Doesn't mean you're going to get a tornado. It just means it's on the menu, which means they have a possibility that one may appear. And how do they form, you might ask? Well, I often show this to my students when I go to a school visit. We always talk about the change in wind direction. It happens between the surface and the upper level wind. So it dynamically can look like this to start, but something happens interestingly enough. When you have enough dynamics, you have rotation. The change in wind direction with the height causes rotational, horizontal rotation. So it might look like this for a little while. But eventually, when it's tilted, suddenly it's a place you don't want to be if you're in a mobile home, is have strong lift in the thunderstorm, flip it, and it rotates vertically. And that's when the tornado forms, and it starts to cause a lot of damage in a short period of time. Doesn't mean we're going to get one, but it just wants you to be prepared. We have the ingredients for some very active weather tomorrow. We also have a 30% chance of hail in red. That's the same concept within 25 miles of a point. So I can't just say it's 30% Knoxville. It's within 25 miles of Knoxville itself. But a 15% chance for hail, large hail the size of a George Washington quarter, in yellow from Maryville to Athens. And when you talk about a George Washington quarter, that's the threshold we talk about with hail. And understanding hail, anything larger than a quarter, if you go to ping pong ball size, that's 1.5 inches. And hopefully we don't get anything as large as a golf ball this time around, or any time really, but that is more common in the Midwest and in places like Texas. But meanwhile, the risk for 60-mile-an-hour winds, it's pretty high. So all that in red, that's a 30% chance that we get strong winds of 60 miles an hour. So that's why I would urge you to make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you have multiple sources. We'll talk about that. But the free Captain Accurate Weather app can be a great resource for you in the next 24 to 36 hours. We'll be keeping an eye on this, no doubt. By the way, as we take a look at the ultimate Doppler radar, we don't have a whole area active night tonight. Much like the waves that crash at the ocean, they come and go. And right now it's on the go. We have some flooding concerns, some aerial flooding that starts at 1 o'clock Central Time for Jamestown, Crossville. That'll run until 7 p.m. Thursday night, so there is the possibility of some locally heavy rain, and that might expand as well. By the way, the Ultimate Doppler Radar presented by Marco's Pizza. Now in places like Hardin Valley, Farragut, now open in Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, Oak Ridge. They have a location on Middlebrook Pike and Ebenezer Road. If you're hungry for a pepperoni magnifico, I'd say it's magnificent. It is really good if you want to try that. And maybe for lunch, the new Pizzoli. But they're all about giving back to the community. Marco's Pizza, your local Marco's Pizza, is a corporate sponsor for No Kid Hungry. So check them out at a Marco's near you. By the way, there's still a lot of concern, a lot of energy in red popping up in western sections of Kentucky tonight and central sections of Kentucky. We mentioned that goes till 2 in the morning Central Time. Still some flooding still going on, river flooding in East Texas. Meanwhile, it's snowing in Montana. And there's still snowflakes flying in Colorado. It's amazing how winter continues to hold on there, but that isn't that uncommon when you think that you have to have a clash of cold air and warm air. Where's the cold air? Well, it's in Montana and Colorado, where most of us have no care in the world. I don't know anybody there. I don't care. But if it's cold there, and it's all converging in the Midwest. Now maybe we taste a little bit of that going into tomorrow with enough of the forcing and enough of the dynamics. Almanac, our high temperature today hit 82. I was hoping and expecting, as I modified this morning, to 86, but we had too many clouds at midday, right through 2 or 3 in the afternoon, that might have impeded the 86 trek, but we stopped at 82, started the morning off at 62, the record high 92 going back to 1940. We did hit 82 in Athens, Tellico Plains. It was 82 in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, but only 76 today in Crossville in the heart of Cumberland County. You look around the state, they hit 84 in Chattanooga, and they hit 87 today in Jackson. I do see a 91 there in Columbia, South Carolina today, while it was only 77 in Jackson, Kentucky this afternoon. So it just varied depending on maybe the storms. I do want to point out there is going to be an inflection point, a point at which the humidity goes bye-bye. What do you mean bye-bye? Like no more humidity. I know some of you are like looking forward to that because this sticky weather is for the birds. It's bad hair days when you have all that green ooze. That oozes all through the state for the next couple of days, 5 o'clock Wednesday. It does change, however, by Thursday afternoon. You need evidence. That's 8 o'clock Thursday morning. It's stuffy. Let's face it. It's humid. We still have showers. We still have storms we're tracking on Thursday. But all of a sudden, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's drying out in places like Memphis. It's drying out in Nashville by 3:45 Eastern. Surely it's going to get drier here. When does that happen? Probably for the drive home. I'd say by 5 o'clock. I'd say places like Wartburg, Crossville are dancing in the low humidity by the 5 o'clock drive on Thursday. But it still may be holding on from Knoxville to the foothills, the Smokies. But fear not, it will get out of here probably by Thursday evening, the rate it's moving out. Yeah, there it goes. So once it's gone, it's going to feel like, it feels good. Feels really good. We're going back in the 40s. We're going to feel really comfortable heading into your Friday night. We'll be in the 50s. Saturday morning, we're in the 40s. It's going to be amazing how cool and dry it feels once we move into the weekend, which, of course, is Mother's Day weekend. Still watching a blow-up of those clouds, those cold cloud tops around Chattanooga. Yeah, it's going to get cloudy here in a while and maybe a few passing storms, but I don't think, in fact, I know it's not the main event. Main event will come in mostly Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. There's a big window. Some would say it's 4 to 7. Others would say it's 8 to midnight. Stay tuned, because models don't do well with fast-moving systems. They also don't do really well with slow-moving systems either. So it's like, well, I need a constant rate of speed. This thing will blow up, and it'll blow in and blow out. So be prepared tomorrow afternoon, especially between the hours of 4 p.m. and 11 p.m., midnight. Really, we'll see that. Watch how this system evolves. It's going to be one of those flare-ups that we've seen before, but it happens so fast it could take out trees and power. By the way, strong to severe storms tomorrow. More showers and storms Thursday with a drop in humidity and that less humid air we've already advertised taking place Thursday evening. By the way, the future rainfall by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning may drop another 1/10 of an inch or more, but watch the colors really change once we get into the evening, because now by 7 o'clock we're up to over an inch on this model, and it really starts to fill in on Thursday, especially in the yellow areas where you're over 2 inches. So there could be easily 1 to 2 inches area wide with some locally higher amounts. But these maps I've saved for last because I want to show you where there was and still is a hot concern for bad weather tonight. That would be between Indianapolis and Columbus and Cincinnati, which is also coincidental. There's a tornado watch in central Kentucky till 2 a.m., and that covers most of the yellow areas. But you can't rule out a little hot spot in San Antonio and Austin. But coming back home, even through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we could have an isolated severe storm. It's just not the main event. The main event starts, I think, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and these hot spots, when you see yellow, that's a bad sign, that's scattered. But when you see orange, that's level 3. That usually means power outages. It means like, I wish I had power because my phone has died. You don't want your phone to die. Just make sure it's charged. Have some form of way, maybe a phone charger in your vehicle. That might be a big asset to you tomorrow. But Memphis, Nashville, virtually everybody in Tennessee has some form of severe weather, and this could all be a little squall line, an intense squall line that you want to be prepared of. By the way, these little notifications, this is going back a couple of years back, but the severe thunderstorm warnings will pop up on your phone if you allow it. Again, your location services need to be on, but I want you to be alerted multiple ways. The Captain Accurate Weather app is free. Now, you do have to spend some money for a NOAA Weather Radio, but it's worth it. They're both excellent to have, multiple sources. You can also follow the National Weather Service Morristown on Twitter, or of course now it's X. Follow them on X, but they're both excellent to have, right? The NOAA Weather Radio, the Captain Accurate Weather app. If wind damage like a tornado hits the cell phone tower, suddenly you're not getting the notifications. That's weird. That's why it's helpful to have the NOAA Weather Radio, because it's not based on, per se, the cell phone towers. That's why all apps are susceptible to those wind problems. Now, meanwhile, the severe risk on Thursday continues to show scattered storms from Austin, just north of Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, and Richmond, Virginia, while we may have some isolated storms on Thursday. But I think that'll come early in the day as far as the severity concerned. But this front is really like watching the waves crash. Which wave's going to get us wet? Waiting for these showers and storms to flare up. As you can see, they do a fine job popping in and popping out. That's why we keep and stay on guard tomorrow afternoon and evening, as things could change, and I will be giving you updates throughout the day and afternoon. And if you're on the Captain Accurate Premium side, my goodness, you'll get so many updates. You won't even be able to control yourself. Like, I'm getting so many updates, no more updates. No, I do a very good job to keep everybody informed for those that are craving extra information. That front, as you can see there on Saturday, back to the west, I have a few specks of rain possibly coming in Saturday night. Future visibility, could we get some fog? Maybe a hint. It doesn't look like it's everywhere. This is obviously takes us through midday. So low visibility, maybe in patchy form tomorrow, just not a big deal. So for tonight, well, we'll start with tomorrow. Tomorrow we're at 83. Strong to severe storms possibility, and clouds with some haze, winds 5 to 15, and that's in the absence of storms. We are talking about low temperatures tonight around 66. I missed that slide, but you get a sense we're in the mid-60s and humid tonight. 83 tomorrow, 83 Knoxville, 85 in Newport, a possibility. So clearly, it can't be raining every hour of the day. There will be opportunities if you're trying to mow the lawn between some of the flare-ups that develop on Wednesday. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast, and there's the 66 for tonight, as well as Wednesday night. But we drop from 81 to 71 on Friday, down to 47 cool degrees on Saturday, but then we're back in the mid-70s by Sunday, which is Mother's Day. I think Mother will be pleased. It'll be beautiful, just like Mom. Just like Mom. 78 on Monday, 81 on Tuesday. Something we'll be looking forward to, I'm sure. Less humidity and maybe a little bit less in the way of storms. By the way, if you haven't picked up the free Captain Accurate Weather app, you get Pete Michaels Traffic. Weather and traffic are perfect together, and especially on a powerful app such as this one. Just check it out, Captain Accurate, the App Store and Google Play. I think you'll be impressed. One of the cool things, and I think I have my tonight here. Here's the tonight. Partly to most of the country, it's humid tonight. We got showers and storms that might be triggering maybe a severe thunderstorm. But with the app, you get all the National Weather Service alerts. You get 3 extras, twisting storm approaching. That comes out typically before a severe thunderstorm warning. And this is issued from Barron. It's not issued from the National Weather Service. Dangerous storm approaching typically happens or is alerted to you before a tornado warning, and usually comes with a BTI or a Barron Tornado Index of 0 to 10. If it's a 7, 8, or 9, I always encourage people to go right in their basement, go right into their safe space or interior room without windows. Because if you get a 7, 8, or 9, and you don't have to look for it, it'll just pop up on the phone, right on the notifications, and it'll say, hey, BTI 8. If you see that, I would definitely get into your safe space, because the skill score of Barron is typically between 97 and 98%. Very, very high. They have a very good, and this was the twisting storm approaching alert that actually was triggered on that August 7th one that was near Lovell Road, not far from Hardin Valley, in Lovell Road, West Knox County, last August the 7th. For those of you who remember that, the Weather Service did not pull the trigger. There was no tornado warning, but there was a twisting storm approaching alert from the Captain Accurate Weather app. I know because I have premium members who said they got it. So there you go. It helps to have multiple sources. So you're getting more than just the Weather Service. You're getting Barron's intel, and they are radar experts. It is free. There's no cost to downloading this app, and I really encourage you, and I'm driving that point home tonight, because we're going to have a very active day tomorrow. By the way, if you want to join us on premium, just 16 cents a day, that's it. That equals $4.99 a month. We do focus on weather beyond the next 7 days. We've gone into early June. We have talked about Mother's Day for weeks. We have been on Memorial Day weekend for weeks, and now we're into early June. So if you're interested in what's going on the next beyond the 7 days, maybe it's for you. give it a try. That's our focus. We're also the first to see every forecast, and you get more Facebook Lives with fewer ads. I love it, and also it's 2 streams of information on the same Facebook page. Very thankful for you. If you haven't checked out the free app, I hope you'll do so. If you want to sample us, hit the subscribe button on the Facebook page, or go to CaptainAccurate.com for more details. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. I want to keep you safe, especially tomorrow and tomorrow evening. We'll see you here next time. Take care.